we have seen so many different people losing their jobs and stuff across all that. I just saw a post from Eric Daughtry, supposedly, that says there's a Secret Service agent that was suspended now and expected to be fired for celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk.
They laughing.
Secret Service agent.
Well, at least it's weeding them out, man. You know, for me, it's a lot like seeing a lot of these teachers get let go. These freaking crazy people that are teaching children in schools, teaching them that they have multiple genders and teaching them all that and fighting to hang up the pride flag in their classroom and all that stuff. They're out there celebrating. You know, I'm going through it too, and they're getting let go. It's like, good.
It's like,
get the freak out. The one person that would go and sit and have a conversation with you, you took out.
Yeah, you killed the reasonable person.
Yeah.
Right? You murdered the reasonable person who has discussions with people. When you kill the reasonable people, you are not going to be happy with the people who are left. And yes, a lot of people are losing their jobs, rightfully so. I am going to celebrate that. I am going to celebrate these people losing their jobs. I am going to celebrate these people getting put on blast because good. We need to get this sickening rot out of these institutions. The people who are educating your children, the idea that the people who are educating your children, that this is who they are, this is who they reveal themselves to be, they need to get fired. They absolutely do. Fuck them. Wholeheartedly. And for years and years, even while we disagree with people about stuff, even while we disagree about this or disagree about that, we've been pretty constant in like, you know, having a different opinion and having a different political opinion shouldn't like lead people to lose their jobs, right? And I do think that is still the case. I don't think that simply having a difference in political opinion is a reason for people to lose their jobs. I maintain that even now. When it gets to that level, it is one thing. Look, nobody should be canceled or fired or anything like that for not mourning Charlie Kirk. If you didn't like him, if you hated what he said, nobody should be forced to mourn someone. There is a difference between not mourning somebody or not feeling bad or not feeling sorry or whatever and celebrating, right? I might not agree. If you don't want to mourn him, if you think he's a piece of, I'll disagree with you all day. If you are celebrating it, that is a different story. If you are celebrating his assassination and you want to see more, that is a different story. And I hope every one of those slimy, scumbag, degenerate fucks, I hope their lives are destroyed. That's how I feel.
Yeah, there's no reasoning with.
There's a lot of people in the world that. If this happened to them, yeah, I'm not going to say that I'm going to sit there and cry tears for you. I'm not going to necessarily like whatever, go out there and publicly mourn you or anything. There is a big difference between that and celebrating. And
huge.
I don't understand how people can't get that when it comes to this.
100%. It's huge. Huge difference. So, but here we are. So keep showing who you are. Keep thinking it's funny. Just keep doing it because I've never seen something like last night, like, or was it yesterday? Like from football organizations to baseball organizations to mainstream media, comic book writers. As soon as they find out someone on their staff was laughing and celebrating, they immediately took to apologize. And it seems like almost all of them have been let go. So I'm like,
and yet, some of them have been very public. There's like a Phoenix area basketball website that covers the Phoenix Suns. Somebody said something. They immediately announced, we've let this person go. The Las Vegas, I don't know if you saw this, the Golden Knights. There was somebody attached to the Fox Sports. I can even pull this one up. I have this one ready to show. And Vegas Golden Knights are a hockey team, NHL hockey team. You know, they put this out there. We condemn in the strongest possible terms the abhorrent and deplorable comments made on social media by an employee of Lotus Broadcasting regarding Charlie Kirk. This individual is not an employee of the Golden Knights, has never been an employee. Glorifying or excusing violence is vile, unacceptable, and will not be tolerated. We have demanded that Lotus immediately address the matter. And, sure enough, they did. Fox Sports, a team member shared offensive comments. While we respect the personal beliefs, we don't tolerate hate or discrimination. The individual's on leave, and then says the employee has been terminated with an update. And this is what the person was saying. Bobby Machado, radio producer for the Vegas Golden Knights, right? I'm just going to say one more thing about Charlie Kirk. Good fucking riddance. I've watched his show way too much. He's a piece of human shit. And I'm glad as fuck the world is without him. Fuck him all the way to hell. Good night.
Wow.
Tells Trump to suck his dead dick and get it over with already.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
Like that's what this guy posted, and he's fired. And this is, again, there are hundreds and hundreds of likely examples of this from teachers. We saw a lot of teachers in the state of Florida that this has happened to.
Yeah.
Good. Fucking good. I'm glad. We talked about it yesterday. The mainstream media and very influential people who continue to spread lies play a huge role in this. And with that, I want to talk about Stephen King. One of the most deranged, woke, TDS-infested motherfuckers that exist out there, right? Stephen King, with 7 million followers. 7 million followers. And what did he tweet out yesterday? Not only did he kind of make light of it and just talk about gun violence, but this is what he put out yesterday. This is in Jesse Waters saying Charlie Kirk was not controversial or polarized and Charlie was a patriot. And Stephen King says he advocated stoning gays to death. Just saying. Now, that tweet had over 250,000 likes. Who knows how many impressions it had. This is a lie. This is not true. This is fake. But it's been put out there by people in the media and also big left-wing accounts on social media. And it's been repeated. That lie has been repeated time and time again. In the same way that Charlie Kirk was a racist, Charlie Kirk was a Nazi, Charlie Kirk was a fascist, Charlie Kirk was all of these things are the lies that are being told by the media, that are echoed by stupid fucks like this, that led directly to Charlie Kirk being murdered. These are the lies. And Stephen King, ended up getting called out 18 hours after the fact, having that up for 18 hours before he deleted the post, right? Before he deleted the post and instead is like, well, I apologize for saying Charlie Kirk advocated stoning gays. What he actually demonstrated was how some people cherry pick biblical passages. Still can't just fucking say one thing. Still can't. He still has to get the spin out there somewhere. But this is the shit. This is the shit. These are the lies that are spread by these people in order to demonize people like Charlie Kirk that lead directly to his death. Congratulations, Stephen King. Thank you for showing us. By the way, Stephen King's got a movie coming out this weekend. The Long Walk.
Interesting. There's no way in the world he would have apologized if there was a different president. There's no way. And I don't think, because I guess somebody told him, his PR person, or like, hey man, you're getting a little backlash from this. Maybe you shouldn't have said those things. Again, these were the same people that, like you said, they spewed this type of nonsense before, and now like we're pushing back against it, and now they don't know what to do. They're scrambling. Like you said, NFL, comic book places, DC, like all these people, they're scrambling to be like, hey man, we can't be like that anymore. We can't go out there and say like the stuff that we used to, because they used to get away with it and no one did anything. They were never held accountable. But it's different. And now now they're all freaking scrambling. Stephen King just went like, he's got this guy here collected like all his tweets. I'm going to just share them real quick. It looks like he is, I've apologized. I was wrong. I apologize. I've apologized. This is horrible. I apologize. It's like,
did any of your apologies get 250,000 likes?
Yeah.
Right. That's how loud the lie was, Stephen King. To put it in perspective, no, Charlie Kirk did not say that. It was a conversation. I think Miss Rachel or something was out there talking about why she supports some bullshit. And she used a Bible verse. And Charlie basically said, well, you're talking about this verse from Leviticus. You back up a couple verses and this is what it says, right? Like just putting that out there. It wasn't him saying that. In fact, we have you want to know what Charlie Kirk thinks about gay people? Here it is. I believe marriage is one man and one woman. Also, gay people should be welcomed in the conservative movement. As Christians, we're called to love everyone. I'll always stand against people who wish to establish their own personal values as a reason to kick others out of our movement. Those are his actual feelings. Yet Stephen King repeats some of the very same lies that resulted in the assassination of Charlie Kirk. And just as a quick aside, for considering all of the people out there, all of the people that are out there celebrating, a lot of them also have like, Palestine stuff in their bios or in their tweets, or, why don't you talk about this? Why don't you talk about Gaza? Why don't you talk about these people who've been murdered? Just so you know, if you've got a problem with people who think that gay people should be executed, might want to look into Palestine a little bit. Might want to look into that. Just saying. Bit. Just saying, you might want to think about that. If you actually want to talk about people that believe that, maybe take a trip there and do some research.
Exactly. And if you are gay and you make a trip there, I wouldn't go in any tall buildings. Just a little research, a little Google would help you understand that.
Now that the person who everyone believes to have done it is caught and all of that stuff, I do think that we'll probably hear on this channel kind of get back to more of the normal program and the normal discussion points. But I want to make it known that we're not going to stop talking about people who are coming out and saying this shit, who are like showing their true colors when it revolves around like the entertainment, gaming industry, stuff like that. That person we talked about yesterday that works for Sucker Punch, that works for Ghost of Yotei, apparently they have been fired.
And he posted on Blue Skies like, I will always stand for fascists, even if it costs me my dream job, or stand against fascism, even if it costs me my dream job.
I would do if standing against fascism cost me my dream job, I would do it 1,000 times.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Something like thank you for correcting me.
So this person drew she, her, Poly, ENM, ex-ILM, by the way, used to work at ILM, works at Sucker Punch on Ghost of Yotei. Was retweeting and celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. People noticed that. People called it out. People were emailing Sucker Punch. Well, apparently, reportedly, Drew Harrison has been fired after these comments about Charlie Kirk. See if we can find it right here. Here it is. Removed Sucker Punch, by the way. Removed all of that stuff from her profile. And then says, if standing up against fascism would cost me my dream job I held for 10 years, I would do it again 100 times stronger. And then somebody said, did you really get fired? If so, please post a GoFundMe. Says, I don't need any money. Ghost of Yotei is an amazing game made by over 200 people I love dearly. Donate to families in Gaza, the Trevor Project, or the ACLU. So they got what was coming to them. They got fired.
Yeah, once you go through all those likes too,
Yeah. Guys, Blue Sky, you guys, Hugbox on Blue Sky, unlike Twitter, the likes are public. So we can see all the people that work for Bungie, the people that work for, MTG, the people that work for these places that are liking those posts. We can see it.
Yeah, it's a little different. A little different from the old Twitter that you ran away from because you wanted to have a chamber where you could laugh at people, getting killed. These are the same people that were celebrating that our president was almost assassinated, and making jokes and stuff. Oh man, just a little bit to the left, like things like just foul and disgusting. And like you said, and even after that, there were people that reached out to these people saying, let's have a conversation, let's meet somewhere, let's do this. And yet, no, they just pushed us out of the way. And they don't want to hear what we have to say. They don't want anything to do with our lifestyle. They hate our lifestyle. They hate that we love our country. They hate that we have a job and have like that people are raising families and having children and all that. They hate all that. They hate that people are happy. They hate it all, man. They just live in hate. And we see these people constantly going and creating these giant dragons to slay every day. That is the most stupidest thing ever because they're upset at this. We went through this period under Biden where like the politically correct talking points, you got to say this and don't say that and don't say this and act like this and don't wear that and Don't. I mean, it was a constant. People were being offended, and make sure you say your pronouns. We got to properly use our pronouns, or you're going to upset people. People are going to be offended. Ah, no, man. That time, these people are insane. These people are insane and shouldn't be around other people. They are insane.
Here's Nathan Grayson. Nathan Grayson somehow still doing stuff after all this time. For people that don't remember a decade ago, Nathan Grayson was one of the things that kicked off Gamergate when Nathan Grayson, far left fucking activist, where it was essentially revealed that Zoe Quinn, another far left activist and aspiring game developer, they were fucking each other and he gave her good reviews on her games. Right. One of the things that led to people calling out ethics in game journalism and all this stuff from a decade ago at this point. Nathan Grayson's still kicking around. He runs this site called Aftermath. And here's what he put out there. This is the top thing on a gaming website, by the way. Okay, but you do know you're eulogizing Charlie Kirk, right? Are we talking about the same guy, New York Times, MSNBC, and Gavin Newsom? Right. And he goes through this laundry list of accusations about Charlie Kirk being racist and big, blah, 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 all of this shit. Right. You can see he put this out and he says, rest in piss.
Yeah.
Rest in piss from Nathan Grayson. These are game journalists. You want to wonder why the state of gaming is so strange? Because these are the activists. Yeah. That are still somehow, I mean, this guy was at the Washington Post for a while. This is Nathan Grayson, the same dude who fucked Zoe Quinn and gave her a good review of her game.
That's who they are. And seems like he hasn't changed much. They're the same people as they always are. And they all get, they all get jobs. I mean, look, you want to talk about blue sky. It's like this is who they're calling for next.
Yeah, J.K. Rowling, Joe Rogan, Ben Shapiro, Elon Musk, like a ton of this stuff. Active like calls for assassination and violence, right? Like,
yep. Nice. Do Matt Walsh next. I don't even like Matt Walsh, but it's like, holy crap, this is insane. This is insane. Do Trump next. This is the best news. Do Trump next. Oh my God, please do Trump next. J.K. Rowling's next, please. Like, I'm glad the guy died, but they're going to be really hard on this is a dark day in America about a guy I had never heard of till he was shot. Can we get J.K. Rowling's next? Unbelievable.
If you spend 10 years saying that these people who have fairly like mainstream views, I'm not going to lie, mainstream conservative views. If you spend an entire year saying that those people that represent a large portion of Americans in terms of those viewpoints, if you say for 10 years that these people are Nazis and that it's okay to punch Nazis and it's okay to kill Nazis and aren't Nazis bad, this guy's a Nazi. This is what happens. And look, Jay, it's one thing when there's people out there, and we've even, as a very small part of the internet, we've even been subject to people desperately trying to get us canceled for lying about us, lying about the things we say, all of this shit in a desperate effort to get us deplatformed and canceled. We are now at the level where people are shooting people because of the very same lies that have been perpetuated throughout the last 10 years.
I mean, it starts at the top, man. You know, it starts at the top. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We are a threat. The greatest threat, a genuine threat. We are a threat to freedom. We are a threat to democracy. We're a threat to America. Threats, the greatest threat. We will lose everything. Keep pumping that crap in these people's heads. You know, then they do something like this and they think they're heroes. You know, bro, look at this nonsense right here. This is just a little quick. We got to end on something positive because I'm like, the Rolling Stone writes, the MAGA right says Charlie Kirk is a martyr for freedom of expression, but still want people to lose their jobs for criticizing his rhetoric. Also, the Rolling Stone. Why cancel culture is good for democracy.
That's
It's
crazy.
like, it's just who they are, man. Reeds in the wind, man. Reeds in the wind.